The summer flowers are waning, but the garden will give you one more shot of color as the temperatures get cooler. Since it's been a long, hot, drought-ridden summer, this seems like this is the year to perk up your garden surroundings. We have 5 plants that will give a big payoff in color. Horticulturist Sheriden Hansen is here with her specific recommendations. It's so great to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
My cute friend and neighbor Chanel, I saw in her home, she had this darling sign that said, "Autumn is my favorite color," which I loved, right? It brings out all of the best Mother Nature has to offer, and you say our gardens could deserve a shot of that.
Absolutely, we need some color. It's been a rough year for gardens, and to go out with a bang of color, just that one last, triumph moment is a great thing. So we can add color to our gardens
You're
so
as
easily.
much a psychologist as you are a horticulturist, right? Like, there is an emotional connection to what we poured our time and our energy into.
Absolutely.
We want to see the payoff. So update me on water restrictions as we recommend these plantings.
So that's the thing on everyone's mind. Can I plant something? Can I water it? What's going to happen? So yes, secondary water is getting shut off a little early this year for most places, and there's not an across-the-board rule. It kind of depends on where you live, which kind of makes it tough. But these are things that if you wanted to add a couple things, it's really easy to spot water. So you can take out a watering can or a bucket, whatever you need to get these established. And fall is the best time to plant some of these perennials because we don't need so much water. It's cooling off.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a great time to do this.
It feels like the wind, no pun intended, but it's blowing our direction, right, with the cooler temperatures. Should we have planned ahead, though, with perennials?
Well, I mean, you typically think about fall color coming from our trees, but if you haven't planned ahead, we can go pick some of these up at the nursery right now. They're blooming, they're beautiful, and this is what the nurseries stock in the fall time, so it's easy to find, and you don't have to rely on that tree color if you didn't do that.
Okay, let's get into your recommendations. Point us to your favorites.
So we've got asters. We've talked about mums on the show before, and mums are kind of fleeting. Those blooms come and they go pretty quickly, but if you do asters in your garden, the blooms tend to last a lot longer, and they come in a range of colors. There's white, pinks, purples, blues, and they're gorgeous. And there are some even native asters that you can incorporate into your landscape as well.
They look really similar to a mum.
They really do. I mean, the bloom is not quite as showy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get double petals, so they'll be a little bit more fluffy, a little more showy, but still really similar, beautiful colors to add to that garden.
All right, Aster is your fall color recommendation. Next we have...
Another one is Sedum.
So pretty.
The Sedums are gorgeous. And bonus points for these because if you're a cut flower person, you can cut these and use these in arrangements in your house, and they are long lasting and absolutely gorgeous. But you can see you can get the color with the foliage with the more bright pink magenta bloom, or you can have the green foliage with the lighter pink or purple kind of blooms. And they are extremely long lasting, great for bees. If you're trying to attract pollinators to your garden as well.
Is that why we have a friend
that is
buzzing around us today?
Absolutely. They love
Sheridan's bestie and the Sedum's friend as well.
Yeah.
All right, I have a couple of great girlfriends, and you know who you are, who are constantly just showing off on Instagram with their hydrangea cuts. And I always hit the brakes thinking, how do they grow those in Utah? You say the variety matters.
The variety matters. So there are types of hydrangeas that don't do as well here because we have alkaline soil. So that means on the pH scale, we're kind of high. So it goes from 0 to 14, we're above 7. And it can be tough for those hydrangeas to thrive in those conditions, plus they're water thirsty. But if we look at the oak leaf hydrangeas,
hydrangea.
They are fantastic. They have these big, beautiful leaves that are shaped like an oak tree, and they get this panicle type bloom. So instead of the big mop head, we've got more of a cone shaped bloom that comes in whites and pinks and sometimes purples. And go into fall, the bloom will fade to purple, and the leaves start to turn this dark purple red. It's incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Great addition to the landscape.
Have I said I love fall? I love fall so much.
Me too.
Next on your list, the big tooth maple.
Big tooth maple. So if you are looking for a tree to add that red leaf color to your landscape, this is a fantastic selection. So sometimes maples struggle in Utah, but the big tooth is native to Utah. So when we look on the foothills and we see that red and orange color in the fall, that's them. They're the ones that pack that punch of color. Smaller tree, really well adapted, and just perfect for the landscape.
All right, last but not least, as we say, and it
but
really
not
applies
least.
to this, the humble pansy.
The humble pansy. I mean, we don't think of it as being a showstopper flower, but look at the color that it brought.
The color is great.
It's fantastic. So you can find these with ruffled edges, you can find them in all different colors, and you can plant them now in the fall, get them going, and most of the time, 95% of the time, they'll overwinter and you'll have a planting already there in the ground for spring to give you early color.
Nice. All right, 5 plants to give you that shot of fall color, as Sheriden underscored. We need it. We really do. Thank you so much. We'll post a list on our website for you. What's coming up at the Botanical Center?
Oh, we're still in the middle of Scarecrow Walk. You have one more weekend to get there.
We're coming.
Oh, good. I'm
coming.
so glad. I'm so glad. So this next weekend is our last weekend. It's free to the public, 80 East, 725 South in Kaysville. We'd love to have you stop by, and we're open from dawn to dusk.
Okay, and more details on your website?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sheriden.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.